Why is it that robotic affirmations seem to work better for certain people than others? I'm sharing my tips and strategies that made robotic affirmations work for me, and I hope they can do the same for you. I also have a bonus tip, so make sure to stay until the end. I've been working with affirmations for many years, and if you go on my channel, I have so many affirmation videos out there. But I think what we need to talk about first is what affirmations are not. Whenever we use affirmations, it's not something that we get from the outside, it comes from within. It is revealed from within. If you watched Loki or the Marvel Universe, you know that there are so many timelines and so many possibilities, and you can think of that as yourself. You in your being has so many possibilities, so many different beings of you, and they're all within you. So imagine a cup that is filled with water. Okay, so every time you're using affirmations, you're filling a little bit of water into those cups. So whatever you wanted to bring into your life, you want to manifest, you're pouring a little bit with each affirmation into those cups. And eventually the cup will overflow, and by the overflowing, it will go into your other realities, and it will become part of your 3D body here right now. Choosing one specific intention affirmation. So often we get caught up in multiple things that we want, which is totally fine, but focusing on one thing at a time. And the other part is to also believe that it can happen. Even if you're not 100% sure how you will be that person, how you will get that thing, just knowing that it's possible. Oftentimes when we use affirmations over and over again, we build up those belief systems over time, but you just have to make sure to think it is possible for you. Here are one of the two things you can do. So either you record your affirmation on your phone, that's what I did, trying to loop it, edit it, so you listen to it over and over again. You can do that while lying in bed, or when you wake up, or like throughout the day when you're cleaning the house or doing some chores. Or you could literally repeat it either out loud or in your head over and over, the same statement. What works best for me currently is recording my affirmation with my own voice and looping it and listening to it over and over, because I notice that I get very fatigued. I see it as a chore to just repeat it over and over, and if you're just listening to it, I feel like it kind of goes in my subconscious mind a little bit better. Listening to it right before I go to bed, and then right in the morning when I get up. When our brain and our subconscious has the most power to be penetrated with something positive. So I felt like that was working best for me. Another thing is that for regular affirmations, the key elements are repetition, which we do with the robotic affirmations anyway, but also an emotional connection. But I want to dive a little deeper on the emotional connection part, because sometimes we think we have to be like so attached with the feeling to that affirmation that it is almost too intense, too grippy. We're going into this tunnel vision where we focus so much on it, and that's not what we want, right? We want to detach from the outcome. So I think what needs to happen is, yes, it needs to be something that is meaningful to you, but not to the point where you're getting hyper focused and you need it to happen. Because what happens sometimes when we get so attached to the outcome, we're like in this panic mode of like, it has to happen, I need it to happen. We're focusing so much of our attention, and it leaves us worried and with anxiety, and that's not a good place to manifest from. That's not a good place to affirm from. I use this scale a lot to describe like the energy discrepancy between that. If you're in the anger and the anxiety and the shame and the worried space, you're not going to manifest something that is all the way up there. You need to be okay. You need to be in a joyful state, in a calm, relaxed state. The panic way, the attached, tight way, we're not gonna bring something into our life that's supposed to feel light and joyful and comes to us with ease. The best way it can work for you is to detach from the outcome, and that's so often easier said than done. But go into it with the mindset of either like, obviously, it's already mine, it's already within me, or indifference and neutrality to it, where you're like, I don't really care if it happens or not. Because if you're in that state, I promise you it will work so much faster. Another way you can go about dropping the resistance is saying something like, wouldn't it be nice to have that? Just kind of being indifferent, just kind of being like meh about it. Just like, if I have it, that would be nice. If I don't have it, it doesn't matter. It's a want, it's not a need. And I'm okay if it shows up, and I'm okay if it doesn't show up. And the last piece of the puzzle is to have unwavering faith that it's going to happen. One of the best tips that worked for me is using ask-formations. So instead of reciting one sentence, you phrase it into a question with, why am I so loved? Why am I so confident? Why do I make $10,000 so easily? Ask-formations are amazing because your brain is required to kind of answer the question, finding reasons why you deserve the feeling, why you are so deserving to attract the outcome or the manifestation. If you have success stories with robotic affirmations, leave them below. I think we all love to see the inspiration and how it worked for others. We talked about the energy scale. If you want to know how to use that to manifest your desires even faster, you should watch this video next. Go and be your favorite self. I see you soon.